All right, so let me just cut a little bite. I'm gonna go from the top here. This part is always the best. Wow. Hey everyone, it's Ryan here with Gilbert Fireplaces and Barbecues. Welcome to my outdoor kitchen. Today we're gonna be smoking some prime rib on the Yoder Smoker's YS640 Pellet Grill. The holidays are here, let's get it going. All right guys, so the holidays are here, and what's better than a delicious prime rib to serve up to your family and friends? Well, in my opinion, the best way to prepare a prime rib is to do it on the smoker. So today we fired up our pellet grill. We're rocking the Supreme blend of pellets here from Lumberjack Pellets. It's an oak, hickory, and cherry blend here that I think pairs really well with the bold meat flavor that you get from a prime rib. So we're gonna load up our YS640 pellet grill with some of these pellets here now. We're gonna set it to 250 degrees and we're gonna let this thing go. Ideally, you wanna cook this until it's about 125, 120, kind of in that range, and then take it off. If you're looking for a medium rare, I prefer my prime rib to be medium rare kind of all the way through. So that's kind of how we're gonna cook it today. But again, you know, it's your prime rib, it's how you like it, so prepare it the way that you like, but that's how we're gonna do it today here. I think it's gonna come out pretty good. I'm excited to show you guys. Let's get going. All right, so I had a few pellets in the hopper to get this thing going already. We set it to 250 degrees, but let's add some more to get us through this cook here. All right, that's gonna do it. Now let's season this baby up. All right, so let's talk prime rib. When you're going to select your prime rib roast for your holiday event, there's a couple different ways you could do it. You could get a boneless prime rib, which is fantastic. You get a bone-in prime rib, which is gonna add a little bit more flavor during the cook. Or you could do what we did with this one here today. We asked our butcher to actually remove the bones and then tie them back on. So you'll see the cooking twine on this prime rib roast here now. The benefit to doing that is when the prime rib roast is done, it's a lot easier to slice it up and trim it than it would be if you had the bones on. After this is fully cooked, removing the bones can sometimes be cumbersome and you gotta find places to put them and all that good stuff. So this is just a little bit easier, and it also preserves all the flavor that you get with cooking it with the bone on. So I do like doing it this way. We're barbecue guys, so we're gonna season it up here today with some of our Meat Church Holy Cow seasoning, and we'll baste this with an herb butter throughout the process. But for now, let's get this thing seasoned up and get it on the smoker. So I like actually seasoning the underside first. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use our mustard binder. All right guys, so I like using the mustard as a binder because it doesn't really add a whole lot of flavor, but it does provide a nice moisture content for that seasoning to stick to. So let's just get that kind of spread out here. And guys, you wanna apply liberally with the seasonings on this. So we're talking a huge piece of meat here. We're also talking not a lot of surface area where the seasoning is actually going to even be presented. You're cutting this up, you're slicing it up, so a lot of that meat is not going to be seasoned when you slice it. So let's get the outsides of this really nice and coated so we can get some of that flavor to come through. So I like that. So the reason I like using the Holy Cow is it's salt, pepper, garlic, little bit of paprika for color. That's really kind of all you want when you have a meat that you're looking to have shine. All right, so we got this seasoned beautifully, guys. Ideally when it comes to seasoning, you want to do it at least a few hours before you throw it on. Allow that seasoning to penetrate the meat a little bit. We're shooting a video here today, so I'm gonna let this rest for maybe 15, 20 minutes because we got to get this thing done. All right, but this is looking good. I'm gonna let it rest. We'll get it on the smoker here soon. All right, guys, so like I said, we let the seasoning set on this for about 20 minutes. We got to get it on. It's time to eat. Smoker's right at about 250 degrees, which is where we want to be. Grab this here. I'm going to put that right there in the middle. The other thing I'm going to do is grab my tray to collect any of the juices that fall in there. All right, we'll check on this here in about 45 minutes. All right, guys, so we've had our prime rib going for about 45 minutes now. Let's check up on her. In the meantime, I prepared an herb butter here. So we got some garlic, some thyme, and some rosemary. We're gonna baste this prime rib now. Let's take a look, see how she's doing. All right, yep, so you can see it's starting to darken up a little bit. The seasoning's starting to pick up some of the smoke in there, but I'm just gonna take this, let that garlic sit on top there. Let that butter impart some flavor. All right, guys, so we're about 2 hours into our cook here, and we're gonna check this thing out. I got my herb butter here. I wanna baste it. We did temp it here. We're about at the 100-degree mark. So it's looking pretty good. You can see that smoke starting to get to it. It smells incredible, guys. We'll close this down. We'll come back and we're gonna check on this again here in about 20 minutes or so. Okay, guys, so it's been another 20 minutes here. Let's check on, look at that. That is amazing. Look at the color we're getting on there. Let's probe this here. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so that's at about 130. So honestly, guys, at this point, we want to take this off because the 118 is going to rise up. So we're going to have a really nice medium rare on the inside. Some of those middle slices are going to be beautiful. The outers are going to be a little bit more done, a little bit more on the medium side. So I'm going to baste this one last time, and then we're going to take it off and we're going to let it rest for about 30 minutes. Okay, guys, so we did our final base now. It's looking awesome here. Let's get this off. So we're gonna take this prime rib off. So it's a super important part of the process, guys, because the last thing you wanna do is cook your prime rib perfectly and then cut right into it and lose all the moisture and everything that is inside of it. Okay, so this prime rib has been resting for about 40 minutes now. So let's just take the foil off. Wow, guys, look at that. That looks incredible. So here's what we're gonna do. We got our twine on here where those bones were. We're gonna cut that off. So you can see how this is in the middle. We're gonna cut right down the center here. Now, like we were talking about, the middle pieces are gonna be the most rare, right? So the neat thing about this is if you have some people in the family, in the party who prefers theirs, you know, a little bit more on the medium side or well side, then you wanna cut from the edges for those people. If you like yours a little bit more medium rare, then you'll cut from the middle. So let's take a look and see what that middle piece looks like. Look at this. That is beautifully cooked from the edges to the middle. All right, so I'm just gonna cut a slice here. Oh, smells so good. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, so let me just cut a little bite. I'm gonna go from the top here. This part is always the best. Wow. That's 3 hours of cook time. Another 30-40 minutes worth of rest time, and that just yields the perfectly cooked prime rib. So tender, so flavorful. You're picking up the smoke. It's a great seasoning on here. If you want to wow your family and friends, this is the way to do it, guys. Throw it on the smoker. It's gonna cook it so perfectly all the way through. You're gonna get that awesome smoke profile. This is really the only way to do your prime rib for the holidays, guys. All right, guys, so we just completed an incredibly smoked prime rib on the Yoder Smoker's YS640 Pellet Grill. I don't know, it's gonna be tough come holiday season to try to cook your prime rib any other way. I mean, the flavor profile was amazing, and it was pretty efficient. I mean, time-wise, it only took about 3 hours. Add another half hour for the rest time. 3.5 hours total, and you are serving up some of the best prime rib you'll ever have in your life. This was awesome, guys. If you make this for your holidays, it's gonna be a hit. If you liked that video, hit the like button, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more barbecue tips and tricks. This is Ryan with Gilbert Fireplaces and Barbecues, where indoor comfort meets outdoor entertaining.